Hello geometers and general seekers of truth. In this video, we will start out by solving a problem, and then in the next video we are going to extrapolate on it. And the goal here is not merely to solve one problem, but to see the relationship between these angles here that are in a circle and that are formed by the chords and the secant lines of a circle. So we're trying to figure out the measure of angle 1. And what we're going to do here is use the inscribed angle theorem. So I'm going to make a quick note here that this problem uses the inscribed angle theorem quite a bit. Okay? Uses the inscribed angle theorem. If you don't know what that is, look at the previous lessons. Look at the link here and go find the previous lessons. Because that is sort of a prerequisite understanding before we proceed. And so what I'm going to do here is start out by making inscribed angles as much as I can whenever they make sense. So let's see. My first thing that I'm going to do here is take a line and connect it from one point here to the other. Okay, so I have an arc here that's 108 degrees and an arc here that's 34 degrees. And actually, let me name these points just so that we are precise in our discussion. So let's call that point A, let's call this B, this point here we will call C, and this point here we will call D. Okay, so by doing that, what we can see is that this arc right here, arc AD, is intercepted by angle ADC. Okay, so arc AD is intercepted by angle ACD. And using the inscribed angle theorem, then, we can say that this angle down here, angle ACD, is 1/2 of this arc AD. So this must be 54 degrees down here. Okay? And using a similar reasoning, we can also point out and see that what we have is an arc right here that's 34 degrees, and that's intercepted by this angle up here. So angle arc BC is intercepted by angle A. Okay? So therefore angle A must be 1/2 of arc BC. So this angle in here must be 17 degrees. Okay? And now I think we actually have enough information in order to figure out the measure of angle 1. The picture can kind of be a little bit messy. So hopefully what you notice here is we have a triangle AC, and let's call this point here E. Okay, so let me just redraw triangle ACE on the side here so that we have a little bit, it's a little bit easier for us to visualize. Okay, so there's my triangle. And this is A, E right here, and this is C. And actually, this line here, it extends out a little bit further. Okay, so we have this here is 54 degrees, this here is 17 degrees, and this here is angle 1. So 17 degrees, 54 degrees, and this here is angle 1, or angle E. Well, these three angles here, 17, angle 1, and 54 degrees, they're actually related. I don't know if you remember, but by the exterior angles theorem, these two right here added up, 17 and 1 added up will equal 54 degrees. So it's not too hard to see why that's the case. If you don't believe that theorem, you can also solve it another way. You can also say that this angle in here is 180 minus 54. But let's solve it the short way first. Okay, so we know that the measure of angle 1 plus 17 must be equal to 54. Okay, and this is the exterior angles theorem. The exterior angle theorem of a triangle. Therefore, the measure of angle 1 must be equal to 54 minus 17, so that is 37 degrees. And a slightly different way to approach this problem, I mean, you could also say that this angle in here is supplementary to 54, so that's 126, and then 126 plus 17 plus the measure of angle 1 must be equal 180, and if you solve it out that way, I guarantee you get the exact same answer. But I just did it a little bit faster using a well-known theorem. Okay, so let's conclude here, and let's draw what we can from the work here, and just recap. Well, what did we do to solve this problem? We made a couple of inscribed angles. We drew this blue line in here, and that produced an inscribed angle here and an inscribed angle here, and then we used the properties of a triangle, particularly the exterior angle theorem, in order to find our answer. So let's keep that in mind as we go on to the next video, because again, it's not just solving this one problem. We want to be able to solve every problem that's like this and extract information from it where it makes sense. As always, ask for help if you need it. Keep working hard, keep struggling with these types of problems. They do pay off. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day.